record it for them. So I don't usually record these meetings, but welcome everybody. We may be joined by some others, but I wanted to kind of talk to you about this semester, go over a couple of things with you. You got my email, so that's kind of the gist of it. Let me just say this to you. We are so close to finishing. So we have to finish this semester. All of you have to finish this semester. So you can do it. If you've gone through if you got through the IRB process, that's a kicker. Although it seems to be that Angela and Hope had a pretty easy time with the IRB. I'm impressed with that. So congratulations to you all. So I'm going to share my screen and bring up a couple of documents. Hey, Lakeisha. All right, so first of all, I want to share with you to put on your calendar. These are kind of the meeting dates that I want to meet as a group. Now, I also want to remind you that I am available anytime you want to talk about anything, to go over anything. If you want to send me chapter 4, chapter 5, or the whole thing, I am ready, set, go to do that. But these are kind of the group meetings where we can kind of look at anything new coming up or anything that we have to be discussing. So May 18th, that's today, 5 o'clock. So I kind of want to check in, kind of want to talk about timelines, due dates, the importance of them. Our next meeting, if you will please put it on your calendar, will be June the 8th. I will record it in case you cannot be here for that, but I hope that you will be. But I will record it as I am doing today's. And then again, we're just going to do some checkup. I'm going to give you some more feedback. I'm going to push you at that point. And then our last meeting will be, as a group, will be on July 13th. And by that point, I sincerely hope that I am congratulating you. I'm talking to you about publishing. I'm talking to you about what next. So all of you have pretty much cleared, many of you, not all, but a couple of you have cleared the IRB process. Lakeisha, you and I need to talk about that. And the other requirement that we have. So, but anyway, if you will go ahead and put down these dates, we're going to meet as a group. There are 10 of us, so we're missing a couple of people. Hey, Melissa. But here are the dates, so please put them down. I'll send you a reminder, but today we'll meet again on June the 8th. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to get that across over there to make it look better, but I'll try to clean it up. This is also in your shell, the 713, 714 shell. So this is there as well. We're going to meet at 5, and we should be able to talk about what we need to. But I am very serious. That June 13th date, we should be done. We should cancel that meeting because we don't have to. And it's not individual conferences. It is everybody. Let me erase that. Now, if you are done by then, of course, you don't have to come. But if you are not quite done, then you want to meet, then I want to meet with you. All right, so that's the calendar. Please put those down. Any questions on the calendar before I go and start talking about deadlines? All right. Let me switch gears then. You got this from me in an email, and this is something new and something that that I want to clarify from Gardner-Webb, because we got an email or a note from the dean that this was confusing to a lot of people, and I guess so because it was confusing to me. All of you in K-12 education are used to commencement and graduation being the same thing, right? We talk about commencement, we talk about graduation. At Gardner-Webb, they are two different things. And so that's some of the confusion that we've had in the past. So here's the clarity to it. You all are summer 2021 graduates. That means you will graduate on time, which means all of your paperwork will be done. The certification will take place. We'll take care of the paperwork with the state. You, at that point, when you graduate, you are done and you have completed everything you need to do. So you are graduating in August. When the semester is over, you will graduate in August. So that's when you complete the program. Everything's done. You are officially doctor. All right. Excuse me. Commencement is the huff and fluffy, puffy stuff that we do when you march across the stage and we put the hood on you. So that won't happen until December because we only have 2 commencements. We have a May commencement and a December commencement. So even though you are graduating in August, you will not march across that stage for the huff and fluff and the pretty picture taking things until the December date. That does not mean that you are not through and you can start going by the title of doctor because when you finish in August, your graduation is when you become a doctor. All right. So all of you are on task to be there on the summer graduation. Summer graduation, fall commencement. So we're just remember there's two different things we're talking about. So let's turn our attention to graduation. Now, let me say this too, and this is not going to happen to any of you. Welcome, Pam. This is not going to happen to any of you. All right. Hey, Sabrina. Let me get Sabrina, come on in. Hey, Sabrina. So Pam, Sabrina, I was just going over the fact that Gardner-Webb has two different titles. Graduation is when you're done with the work. Commencement is when you walk across the stage. They are unrelated. Graduation is when you become a doctor. Commencement is when we put the hood on you and your family takes a picture. All right, so just know you guys are scheduled for a summer graduation, done with the program, Dr. So-and-so, and you are scheduled for a December commencement. All right, so that said, here are, this was recently published too. Here are, let me bring this up. Hang on, I want to show you one more thing. I think, where is Jennifer's? All right, I'm going to show you something that we got from this was put out by the School of Education, and I think I sent this to you, but these are the new defense timeline, dates, and graduation. If I have not, I will send this to you when we finish tonight. This comes from the School of Education. So these are some fairly new things that help us along with some of our dates. And this is key to why we have these dates. You guys are in the middle here. This is a summer graduation, May, June, and July. So this is where you are, okay? You're in this blue section. So this calendar shows you, if you read the blue section, you'll know that you get your graduation in August, you do the December commencement, what we just talked about. But look at this, because this is why the dates are so important. We're going to talk about them a little bit later on. You must have your defense. You must have chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the editor, and you must have your final defense by July the 10th. There is no longer, is it allowed for us to go in these blackout dates. And if you don't do it by July the 10th, you can't do it during a blackout date. So look where you're going to do it in August. And what does that mean? When do you graduate if you go August 1?
December.
You graduate in December.
December.
So this is why these dates are critical. Now, I'll also tell you this. This is the last date in which you can do a defense. You have to have your paper to your committee at least 10 days before your defense. So you can go back to July 1 and say, I've got to have my paper to my committee. And by that time, you also have to have the editor review it. So in this particular phase of your career, of your journey, you've got two things that you got to deal with. Well, three. One, you got to get it cleared by me. Two, you've got to get it to when I clear it, you got to get it to the editor. And this is where, remember when I tell you to get yourself a good old English teacher? This is why. When it goes to the editor, you are paying by the hour, folks. And you will pay an upfront fee, and then anything and everything after that. And if you she sends back stuff 5 or 6 times, you're paying by the hour. So have a very good English teacher, please, before you finish up chapters 4, 5, and finish up your dissertation. Have a really good English teacher. It will save you money. It will also save you time. Because if you're up here on June the 30th and you're going back and forth with the editor, we can't send your paper to your committee, or we're not supposed to send your paper to your committee until your paper has passed the editor. So you can back 10 days off of this July 10th to when the editor has to give us permission to go. Now I can fudge a day or two, but not a lot. All right, so the editor's got to get it. Now the editor is really, if she's not distracted by commas and grammar and stuff like that, she's really focused on the APA style 7. So it may be wise that you also look at, when you finally do your pretty final papers when you do the final stuff, you also go back and make sure you get APA 7 correctly, because that's what she's going to go. So we're hoping that the editor will release it on the 30th. We can send it to your committee on the 1st, and we can have, at the latest date, we can have your proposal meeting on the 10th. Once you're done with the proposal, you still got some things to do, but the proposal, I mean, the defense, excuse me, the defense date is the end of Gardner-Webb's timeline with you, because you'll have to publish it. You have to work with the library and some others to publish it. But once your defense meeting, that's pretty much it, except for some things you have to do with the university. So, but by the 10th, you have to have that. I cannot give you a defense hearing on July 15th because it's a blackout date. The dean says he's not going to take any after that date, or the school's not going to take anyone after that date. All right, so did you all get this? All right, so you all are in the blue. It is critical. And remember, you got to get it to me for me to look at your chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will concentrate on chapters 4 and 5 if I've not read them. Got to get it. Once you get it past me, you've got to send it to the editor. All right. Editor's got to approve it. And now, if you've got only small little things, we're going to go ahead and send it to your committee, because I'm hoping that we can have some hearings around this July 6th, 7th, and 8th is when I would like to schedule our defense meetings, and earlier if you want. I'm truly, anything earlier is great. All right, so are there any questions on this? If you have not defended by July 10th, you will defend in August, which means you will get your degree in December. You will graduate in December. So really, this is something new. We've got these blackout dates because I guess a lot of people are trying to get through some of these last minute stuff, but here it is. This is the policy by the School of Education. Any questions on this? All right, let me switch off one more time to my last thing I want to show you, and then I'm going to.
Dr. Stone, I do have a question.
Okay. Do
So
I need to go back?
No. So after we defend, I guess, by the July 10th deadline or whatever, will like Wendy or somebody follow up with us with the process of applying for the commencement and, ordering cap and gown, and, will somebody be in touch with us about the next steps afterwards? Like, how does that work? Or are we supposed to know that?
Right. I would suggest that you go ahead and apply for graduation now. Go ahead to the registrar's site, apply for graduation. If it doesn't happen, and it will, you can always defer it, but there's some fees for graduation. So every one of you tonight needs to go and look at the registrar's site and go ahead and register for graduation. All right, for a August graduation. Now that means the commencement won't come until December. So, but you need to apply for graduation now. So go to the registrar's site. Good question. Now, what happens after you defend is I send it to Dr. Bull, your electronic. You don't do anything at that point, except send me the most current electronic copy of it. I send that to Dr. Bull and tell him in an email, congratulations, Angela Whitehead has now successfully defended her dissertation. And here's a copy of it. Now, at that point, Dr. Bull reads it, or the presumption is that he reads it and he signs, and he will sign off on it. Remember, on the signature page, there are 4 signatures. There's your 3 committee members, and there's his. So he has to sign off on it. Now, he doesn't normally, but sometimes he'll send them back. And if that's the case, you'll have to make those changes. The committee has already approved you, but you'll have to make those changes. All right. Now, what he will do at that point, if everything's fine, you've got your conceptual framework like he likes it, and you've got some other things the way he likes to see it, which is what I'm supposed to try to help you get to, then he will send you an email back telling you, congratulations, doctor, and then he'll give you some instructions about what to do next with the publishing phase. It's a standard email. It'll say, go to this link, and here's how you publish it. Now, when you publish it, you do not need to go out anymore and make 3 copies of it anymore, because everything's being done on Zoom right now. All you need to do is to go and get 25-pound. He'll send you the instruction. Well, he'll send you the, it's 25-pound paper or something. I'll try to remember what it is, but it's some really nice fancy paper. all you need to do is to get three copies or 3 sheets of it and print the names of the people on your committee. All right, that's your signature pages, or that's your page 2 of your dissertation. That has to be on hard stock paper, and you have to have original signatures in black on that. So you do not need to make 3 copies of your dissertation. All you need to do is to make that page with the signatures on it, on hard stock paper, because this will go into your dissertation. Now, if you want to, you get 3. But if you want to have more, I think they're like $40 a piece for a copy. If you want more, by the way, of the 3, you get 1, the School of Education gets 2. So you'll get 1 copy, your copy. If you want more, it's about $40, and you will have to include an extra signature page. So if you decide you want 2 for yourself, then you would do 4 signature pages. And then you'll get the signatures of the people who aren't on campus. Then you will mail it to Wendy, and all of this will be in an email to you. You'll mail it to Wendy, and she will get my signature and Dr. Bull's signature. And then we send it over to the library. The library will publish it. You'll see in an email from him. But don't go out buying hard stock paper for your dissertation, because we do that here, and it's a part of the fees that you're paying for. All right, so any questions? Excuse me. All right, let's talk about what I call my drop dead dates if you want to graduate in the summer. Now, the first part is just reminding you that there's a difference between commencement and graduation. So I am not talking about commencement. I am talking about graduation, which means you finish in August. So here are, and these are my drop dead dates, that if we don't keep these dates, then we probably are going to be pushing it. So let me go through these important non-negotiable deadlines. I absolutely need to see your copies of chapters 4 and 5. So I need them by the 20th of June. Now, remember, these are drop dead dates. If you do it way before, awesome. I'm glad. I would love to, because I've got 10 of you that I need to get through this process this semester. So if you do it early, that's awesome. But the latest date that I need your papers, if we stay on schedule and you graduate in August and you don't pay that extra semester, here's what I need. By June 20th, put it on your calendar, put a big old star by it. Stone needs to see chapters 4 and 5. And what I'll do is I'll look at them, I'll read them, I'll make suggestions, I'll make sure you have your charts that he likes. I'll make sure that you have your conceptual framework. Remember, in chapter 4, you tie everything back up to that conceptual framework. I'll try to make sure that I have everything there that I think the dean is going to be looking for. He loves charts, he loves figures, he likes to see physical research, tables, charts, those things that show, that shows results. So June 20th, absolute, please have it. Anything beforehand would be great, because if I had 10 of you come in on June 20th, I'd be overwhelmed, but I'd do it. I'd stay up 24 hours, 48 hours for you guys. I would do it. I promise you I would. But it'd be helpful if you get it in a little early for some of you. By June 22nd, I will have it back to you. Well, before June 22nd, I'll have it back probably on June 21. If you'll give me 2 days, though, I'll have it back to you saying, here's the small things that I found, clean it up, send it back to me, and you need to send it back to me by June 22nd, where I get the nice, clean copies after I've given you suggestions. And now let me say this. If you think that your chapter 4 is bothering you, or if you think chapter 5 is bothering you and you want me to look at chapter 4 way in advance, like tomorrow or like next week, I'll be glad to. And then we can check off chapter 4 and check chapter 5. You don't have to send them to me all at one time. Send me chapter 4, send me chapter 5. Let's work on them. All right, but 20th is the last date for us to graduate in August. I'll get it back to you and say, perfect, fine. By the 21st, 22nd, you turn it back around to me and say, hey, I've made your changes, or I don't like your suggestions. Remember, when I make a suggestion, it is that. It is a suggestion based on my doing this for 3 years. And then, but when you give it back to me on when you return it back to me on the 22nd, you made all the changes. I'll look over it one more time and send it right back to you. And then I'll say, send it to the editor, and I'll give you her address. And you can do that as soon as you get it back. But by the 25th of June, you definitely need to try to get it to the editor. The editor says she may take 2 weeks. She normally gets it back to you within a couple of days. She's really pretty good. Now, she may get overwhelmed. That's why you need to give her a little bit of time. But by June 25th, after you and I have okayed it, and I've given you the okay, I'd like for you to send it to the editor. And that means your good old English teacher probably needs to read chapter 4 and 5 before I even get it. All right, so by then, hopefully the editor will get it back to us by June 28th. Now, she may come back and say, she may have like 100 things for you to fix. Jump on them. Because as soon as we feel like we've accomplished most, and you may have to send it back to her for some small stuff, but once we've gotten past that first email from her, we're going to send it to your committee and make a note to your committee that the editor is still doing a few little small things. Okay, so by the 28th, we want to send it to your committee. And then by the 10th, the very absolute last day, we want to have that defense. And I'd like to have your defenses on the 6th, 7th, and 8th, or the 7th, 8th, and 9th of that week. I want to have your defenses. I want to have everything ready, set, go for you. All right, Gradisha, I will send it to you. All right, Gradisha, what was it you needed? That thing from what I'll just send the whole email to everybody. Gradisha, do you have this? I can't hear you. You're talking very soft.
Can you send it to me again?
I will. Everything?
Thank you. Yes.
Are you gonna put it on your refrigerator?
Yes, I'm ready. Don't worry. I got this, Dr. Stone. I'm ready. I'm ready for you.
You've been kind of off my grid for a couple of weeks.
I know I'm on it though. I'm ready.
All right. Okay. The big thing in red, if we have not defended by the 10th, it means you added another semester. I'm sorry. That means you pay another, what, $2,000? Or whatever. I don't know how much it is, but you don't want to do it. All right. So talk to me. Are there any questions? That's what I wanted to do tonight, was to kind of really, this, by the way, make a copy, put it on your computer, put it on your refrigerator. I promise you, if you meet these dates, you do a great job. We will be doctors in August, or actually July 10th. You are this close to becoming the doctor that you want to be. I just need your help, folks. And it truly, if you can beat any of these deadlines, it would be awesome. And that's why, Lakeisha, we need to get that IRB in there. Sabrina, we need to get that done. All right, because as you're waiting on the IRB, I will tell you, it will come back once, no matter how great it is. It may come back a couple of times. So we got to get it in, because that's going to hold you up, because you can't do any research until you get the IRB completed. And we've got a couple of people now waiting, 2 of you now waiting on the final stuff for the IRB. All right, any questions for me? By the way, I will tell you this too, which the dean suggests that we tell people, that if you are unsatisfied with your chair or me as a chair, there's a form that you can go on the website to request a different chair. So I've told you that if any of you want to go that option, just let me know. It will not hurt my feelings. Well, it will hurt my feelings. It will extremely hurt my feelings, but I promise you, I'll be a big boy and I will try to survive. Okay?
We love you, Dr. Stone.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'm going to love you more when I can call you doctor. All right, any questions for me? I have made a copy of this. You will get this tonight. I will resend all the items that I have done. And I promise you, if you need an individual session with me, just let me know. I do teach on Tuesday nights. So I'm pretty busy from 6 on to 9:30. So any other time I am pretty much available.
Dr. Stone, I'll probably reach out to you Thursday
Okay,
because I'm busy this evening and tomorrow, but I will reach out to you Thursday.
gotcha.
And
All right.
Lockhart probably will as well.
All right, anything that you want to do on chapter 4 and 5, go ahead and clean it up. Go ahead and send them to me and we will. And honestly, folks, you've got, I know it's not, a month is not a lot of time, but put it together. You got it. I mean, you passed the IRB. It's right in chapter 4 and 5. Take a weekend or two and just say, this weekend is chapter 4. Next weekend is chapter 5. I promise you, when you're done, you're going to appreciate this. You will really love it. Everybody likes to be called doctor. I remember I was on a high for the first year. I made my mom call me doctor. She didn't do it, but I tried. All right, any questions for me? I'm gonna, let you-
Dr. Stone?
Yes.
I'm gonna send you an email because I have a different deadline than you do, because I already pretty much finished. Like, I got that much more of chapter 5 to do. So I need you to get with me so we can do some different deadlines so I can get this done in June.
I want it done in June. I want everything done as quickly as possible. You can do yours in May if we do it right. Nope, not May. Well, maybe end of May, we can have your, well,
I should be done by next weekend, if not that, the weekend after that.
yeah, Memorial Day is not a prohibited day. I could do it on Memorial Day.
Okay.
All right, folks, I'm gonna make you a copy. I'll send you everything. Be my August graduates, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you, Dr. Stone.
Thank you,
All right,
Dr.
good.
Stone.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
Dr. Stone, I just resubmitted. So I don't know if you got the email. Good.
Now, I will tell you, that's, you and Angela both had a really easy time. Share it with Lakeisha, with her IRB when she starts working on it, because you guys really wowed the IRB committee, because they don't usually come back. I mean, they come back with a lot of stuff.
Well, we
Lakeisha,
appreciate
you have got to
guidance.
get going. You've got to send those, you got to get that survey questions approved by your associate superintendent. You got to get going.
Yes, sir. I know.
I'm not convinced, Lakeisha. I don't see it in your eyes.
She's
It's in
doing
my
it.
eyes, Dr. Stone. We're working on, I'm testing and I'm the testing coordinator. It's struggle, but no excuses, none.
You are not testing on the weekend, Lakeisha. You're
But I'm
all
working on the weekend. I promise you I am. I promise.
right. I'm counting on it.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye. I'm on my way, Keisha.
All right.